Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my 2 informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And I thought it was interesting. Someone linked in my updated statement on the Dallas McCarver blood work. I made a statement on my Facebook before I made a video, and someone linked something Bostin and Loyd said. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Because Bostin said something interesting, and well, I've got a different spin on it. But let's see what he said. Everyone posting Dallas McCarver's autopsy report and trying to somehow bash him, y'all are all a bunch of hypocritical expletive. That's for damn sure. Was the report bad? Sure it was. If you think Jay Cutler, Kai Green, Branch Warren, and all the other guys at the top level that abuse drugs in their prime on the pro circuit are any better internally, you better think again. Dallas was just unfortunate to have a genetic history of illness that sped things up to cause death at an early age. In reality, most of you guys could only dream to have what he had going for him. I wasn't even a fan of Dallas for various reasons, but to bash a man that's not even here with us today for following his dreams is wrong on so many levels. No, I'm going to disagree. It's not wrong. This guy had a lifestyle that killed him in his 20s. All right, he basically committed suicide by drug abuse. I don't know what reality anyone's living in to where they're saying, oh, he had it amazing, he's chasing his dreams. That's like saying, I have a dream that I know is going to kill me, but I'm going to follow through with it anyways, and no one needs to hate on me for chasing my dream. Guys, that's called being suicidal. That's called being reckless. That's called being dangerous. All right? If someone told you that they had a dream that their goal was to smoke so much crack that they passed out from it every day, even though it's normally a stimulant, and they ended up dying of it at 26, it killed them, you would think they were an idiot, wouldn't you? Would anybody out there listening not think that person is an idiot if that was their dream? What if they could get a million Instagram followers by doing it? Would it still be idiotic? I think it would be. How is this any different? Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, yeah, if any of these guys listed, Jay Cutler, Kai Green, Branch Warren, if any of them are using even half of what we can already tell based upon the blood reports that Dallas McCarver is using, we should be thinking they're morons too. They are idiots. If they are using those sort of doses, even half of the amount of stuff he was putting in his body, they are morons. They are idiots, full stop. Okay? I don't care how much you like them. They are stupid. They are stupid. And the reason I say that, you guys saw the correction video I did. A lot of people are calculating it even higher than I am. His blood work, when you pull the numbers and look at it, because I got it off by 100-fold. I didn't realize they had a different measurement on the end. He was using at least 10 grams of testosterone a week. Do anybody out there understand how much that is? You know, people are like, but didn't you used to abuse that? But not really. I've used a gram when younger, a gram for relatively short periods of time. And you know what? I felt that was excessive. I felt it was something I didn't want to continue doing. And I didn't continue doing it. Because I felt a gram was just excessive. And I felt like using that much would probably shorten my life in the long term. And I chose to not do so anymore. And that's the difference. You guys understand that the difference between 10 grams and a gram is a fair amount. Gram's a fair amount. But at a certain point, winning a powerlifting medal is not worth it to me. It's not worth it at a certain point. And we're talking about 10 grams. I don't think most of you out there who've never messed with any of this stuff even understand the logistics behind what he physically has to do to get that into his body. I'm not going to go into all the graphic details of that on YouTube, but it's pretty extreme. You need to put this in perspective. We know he wasn't using crappy underground lab stuff because the blood results he got showed at least pharmaceutical grade quality, at least 10 grams. Do you understand that's 40 milliliters of oil? You understand when you guys see Bostin pen stuff, he talks about 3 cc's, 40 cc's a week. Intramuscularly. Do you understand how much that is? You are talking about a point of excessive amount of even the injections this guy's having to do into his body. Again, if you want to talk about, oh, Boston's 3cc injections, that's 13 of those a week. 13 of those a week. That's averaging 2 a day. Where's he even putting it all? At a certain point, you build up so much scar tissue from that you've got to wonder where he's even putting it. Because that's just insane. And the scar tissue buildup alone from that is again, the logistics of it are absurd. And the fact that he abused his body and put that much stuff into his body, plus his medical report admitted HGH, insulin, we had trend in the blood work, all right, but we know 10 grams or more of testosterone a week. And when I say it killed him, what I mean is that we know from the toxicology of what killed him, he had at least 3 other medical conditions that were probably going to kill him down the road from it. At least 3 others that didn't kill him yet. They didn't contribute yet. His heart was over double the size of a normal, healthy human being's heart. That's how much his heart grew. And his heart grew to the point to where it did not physically have enough room to beat anymore inside of his chest, and it stopped. It couldn't press externally against his rib cage and stuff hard enough anymore because it was being pressed in so much from growing that his heart stopped. Look at the numbers of how big his liver and kidneys and stuff had gotten. All right, this is a gross level of abuse. And you see, he wants to go, you want to bash on someone for that. How can you not? I mean, how can a human being honestly think they're going to put 10 grams of testosterone into their body every week while abusing half a dozen other drugs and not die from it? You have to be psychotic and delusional to not understand that is going to kill you. And you also got to question how delusional is someone in their body image issue that they are willing to abuse their body to that point. It's just downright scary. It's downright scary. And I mean, when you look at that situation, at a certain point, you've got to go, what are you talking about? Chasing his dreams? This kid died. He died from his drug abuse at 26 years old. 26, chasing your dreams. He's only 26. He was still a baby. He hadn't even lived his life yet. He was 26 years old. Yeah, people should probably hate on that. You sure don't want to uplift that. And I mean the same thing, and I hate to have to tell Bostin, because I don't dislike Bostin. I don't dislike Bostin in any way. But Bostin needs to factor in, he's about to be a father. His girl just got pregnant, okay? He abused those sort of doses of drugs for a while. All right? You know, when you see these guys dying this young from abusing that amount, some of that's irreversible. Bostin himself could, from his self-admitted use, could have inflicted so much damage on his body that he may not live long enough to see his child grow up. Now, what do we say about that? Are we supposed to then uplift that and say, yeah, but Bostin chased his dreams if that happens? Or do we step back and go, that's tragic? That's tragic. And I promise you, Bostin might act like he's cool with a lot of stuff, but deep down, I'm sure Bostin thinks about that stuff, because that's what people go through. When you're about to have a major life change, you're about to be a father, and you realize that you have abused so many drugs that you could very well have a short lifespan, I promise you he sits there thinking about this sort of thing. He might claim he doesn't, but I guarantee you he thinks about that at night. Especially knowing he's going to be a father, that, oh my God, what have I done to myself? Am I going to make it to see my child grow up? What do I need to do about my health right now to hopefully offset this enough so that I can see this? Same thing, he talks about these other guys that people look up to them. Well, I don't look up to them. I hope none of you look up to them. Why do you like what I do? Why? These are guys who abuse excessive amounts of drugs, like Dallas did, to the point where his heart stopped beating. How many of these guys you think are still going to be here in another 10 years? All right, guys, and you can talk all you want about chasing your dreams, but there's a quality of life. And how can we call ourselves fitness? Because I'm about fitness. I'm not about bodybuilding. This bodybuilding is what we're seeing now. We're seeing Dallas. We're seeing Ronnie's messed up back. Dallas dead. Rich Piana dead. It's a death cult. And I mean that. People get mad when I say that, but what else do you want to call it? Modern bodybuilding's a death cult. I'm over here talking about fitness. I'm telling you that you can be healthy at 40. You can be healthy at 50. We can be strong and fit at 60 years old, guys. But at a certain point, we've got to do something about this rampant abuse in the so-called fitness community. And by uplifting bodybuilding and looking up to bodybuilders, you are encouraging this. And I'm not talking about a little bit of mild anabolic use. I'm not talking about casual use. Now that you guys see the difference when people are talking about what they use, and I talk about, oh, you know, when I was bigger and competing and stuff, yeah, I used a gram. All right, but I felt that was too much. See where I'm going with that? And then you have this 10 grams. Rich Piana, 4.5 grams. Plus all the other stuff with it. All right. This abuse has been encouraged. And now we see kids starting on a gram. We see kids who haven't even hit a 450 raw squat yet. Haven't even deadlifted over 500 pounds for a few reps. Doing a gram or more. 2 grams. And you don't think this is a problem? Killed Dallas McCarver at 26. How much does some of that contribute to his dying? You can say all you want about they chased their dreams and they lived like lions. They died young. They died young. They died long before they reached their potential in life. And at a certain point, if we don't stop supporting this death cult, you're going to see more and more and more of this. People need to understand the bodybuilding world has nothing to do with fitness. It kills people young. And it eats its own. And you know what? The people who run it, they don't care, because there'll be another crop of young idiots willing to abuse drugs to replace them when the old ones are too busted up, or their organs are failing, or they're dying. They can replace them. They can replace them. They don't care. It's all about selling supplements. All about selling products. These guys are disposable to them. That's not chasing your dreams. That's being a drug addict who abuses excessive drugs until you die while you're making other people rich using your name. It's not smart. And quite frankly, any of us who really claim that we care about fitness and health, we can't support this. Because if you're supporting this, you're supporting what Dallas McCarver did to himself. And he's dead now. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.